Alright guys, so we're just about there. Now what I want to do is make this dashboard dynamic because right now it's just static HTML. So we're going to head into VS Code and let me see, let's open up BTRE project and I'm just going to close all of these up. And where we want to go now is accounts. And let's go into views.py, and then down at the bottom we have our dashboard, which right now is just rendering the HTML file. Let's open up that as well. And in our views.py, we need to basically just reach in and get the contacts or the inquiries of a certain user. So, and that user is obviously the logged in user, which we can get by using request.user. Okay, so that's something that is available to us. So right here, I'm going to say user underscore contacts. Okay, and I'm going to set that to the contact model, which did we bring in? No, we didn't. So we need to bring in the contact model. So I'll say from the contacts app dot models. We want to import contact. All right, I also want to bring in messages. So let's do, oh, we already did, never mind. Okay, so down at the bottom here, we're going to use the contact model and we want to fetch. So we're going to say objects dot, and I want to do order by. Okay, order underscore by, and we're going to do hyphen and then contact date because we want the most recent first. And then we need to filter because right now it's just going to give us all of the contacts. We want to filter by the user. So we want to say filter. The user ID is the field we want to filter, and we want to add here request. Okay, we're using that request object, which includes the current logged in user, and we want the ID. Whoops, we want to do dot ID. So this should match. Okay, so any user ID that has the logged in user's ID, that's what we want. Those are the contacts we want. And then right here, I'll go ahead and put in a context dictionary, and we'll set contacts to let's say user contacts. And then here we just want to pass in our context. Good, so now let's go to our dashboard.html and let's check this out. So I'm noticing that we have about BT real estate. That's not right. So we want to change that. So I'm going to change this to user dashboard. And for this text right here, I'll just say manage your BT real estate account. Okay, and if you wanted to add more dashboard functions later on, you could do that. So let's see. The breadcrumb, that looks good. We do have home about. That doesn't make much sense. Let's actually make this the active. I mean, not the active. This is going to be the active, which is going to be dashboard. I must not have changed this stuff. I may change this in yours, so you may not have to do this. Okay, so dashboard and then home. All right, good. That's fine. So down here, let's see, we have welcome John. Obviously, we don't want John for everybody, so we're going to change this to be dynamic. So remember, we passed in, well, we didn't pass in user. User is just available to us. So we'll say user dot first underscore name. And that's the beauty of this, of Django, is you can use this user object anywhere. So here are the property listings that you've inquired about. That's good. So right now it's just an HTML table, just a static table. What I'm going to do is keep just the first table row, and I'm going to delete the rest of them. Okay, these other two. And then we want to wrap a for loop around this. Okay, so actually we'll do an if statement first. We should probably do the if before we even do Yeah, we'll put the if right under the welcome actually. So we want to check for contacts. So if contacts, okay, then we're going to want all this. I'm just going to tab this all over. Let's see, where does this end? I guess just the paragraph in the table. We'll tab over. And then right here, we're going to put an else. Okay, so else, and then we want an end if. Okay, so if there are no contacts, let's just say paragraph, and we'll say you have not made any inquiries. Now, if there are contacts, we're going to do all this, but we want to loop through them and output each one as a table row. So I'm going to wrap this in a for loop. So let's say for contact in contacts, and down here we're going to end for. We're going to tab this over and change these to dynamic values. So this will be contact.id. This is going to be the listing title, which is going to be under contact.listing. And then view listing, we want to change this href to URL listing, and then we also, it needs an ID to go to, which we can get from contact.listing_ID. All right, so that should work. Let's save it. Let's go back, and now we're logged in as Kathy. If I reload, looks like I have an HTML error here on a TD somewhere, right here. Okay, we'll fix that, and now we can see all of the listings that Kathy has made, and we can view those listings as well. All right, cool. So if we were to do another one, like let's say this one here, make an inquiry, I'll just send it in. All right, and we go back to our dashboard. Now we can see that listing. All right, awesome. So I think that we're done, guys. I think that we have our application. So we can manage listings, we can manage realtors. Okay, realtors are shown on the about page. We have our seller of the month. All of our search functionality should still work. So if we say Norwood, submit, that still works. We search for, let's say, what other, we have Lexington. So this search form, that should work good. We have our dashboard. We have our authentication, latest listings. Everything is good. Okay, we have our customization for our back end, for our admin area, recent actions. We can manage users, groups, contacts, listings, and realtors. All right, so I think that at this point we would hand the client the application for testing, and well, we would do some more testing ourselves and then hand it to them. They could test it out, see if it's what they want. Obviously, if they wanted some changes, they could come back and we could make some revisions and stuff like that. But I think that we're good to go. All right, so now what we're going to do is pretend we got the sign off from the client, and we now need to deploy this application to the internet. So that's what we're going to do in the next section.